fellow Flosstubers, it's Patty here with episode 78. Today is October the 14th, 2019. On today's show, I have an FO, an FFO, I have works in progress, I have knitting and sewing. So sit back and relax, grab your beverage of choice, water for me, your craft of choice, and let's chat. First, I want to say a big happy birthday to my middle child, because today is his birthday. Yay! I just got some texts from him, and the little man is coming over to visit tonight so that mommy and daddy can go out to the movies and dinner. So that's exciting for them, and that's exciting for us. And let's see what else. I know that last week I told you the snow was here to stay. I lied. It left on Tuesday because we had a storm come in. Instead of snow for the interior, we got rain. And now it is 30 degrees during the day, and it is 20 degrees at night. And the reason I'm shifted this way is I had to close the drapes because the sun was coming in so hard that sitting over there, it was like terrible, wash out, everything. So that's why I'm switched over to this side of the room, because yeah, the sun is shining brightly and it's beautiful. Tomorrow I go and pick up the newlyweds at the airport. They are coming home tonight from their trip to Hawaii, and they had a good time. But they also have decided that 80 plus degrees is a little bit too hot for them, and they both burned themselves. So I warned them about needing lots and lots of sunscreen, but I forgot to tell them you need to do it a lot. You need to put on that sunscreen a lot. I'm just looking back there at that chair. Sorry, guys. Yeah, that's about all I've done. That's all. So this is later on in the day. I spent the afternoon with my dad. We went and did some banking, and I took him to lunch, and we had a really good time. So, yeah. Shall we get on with the stitching? I think so. So, last week's homework was called Apparition, and you had to do 1,000 stitches on 4 different projects. So, the first project I'm going to show you, I did 300 stitches for the homework, but then I obviously did more than that. So, this is Drawloween Sal by Stitchonomy. And I'm doing it with all the called for color except for the black here. This black here is Etoile, and this is purple Etoile for the border. I did quite a bit. I ended up doing 300 stitches for the homework assignment, and I kept going. So, as you see, there is a block that is empty. That block is an upside down pentagram. And I'm not sure I want to do that for my project. I probably will try to slip something else in there, but for right now I'm just going to leave it blank, and I will decide when the time comes what I'm going to put in that block. But I just don't want to do the upside down pentagram. I know it's silly, but that's how I feel about it. So I'm not going to. Mirror Monday is my Halloween Fairy, I'm sorry, by Nora Corbett. And I am stitching this on a 32 count Witchelt. And I didn't do a lot. So, and I'm also not going to be doing a lot on this today as well. In fact, I may not even do anything on it today. I may just do homework. So, anyway, I did just this little area last week. I just can't get into this one as much as what I thought I was going to. But maybe next Monday when I don't have tons of things to do, I will work on that. And another homework assignment and new start was the Halloween Sampler by Cottage Garden. In this one I am using the called for thread and the called for fabric. So it is stitched on a 32 count copper penny linen from Witchelt. And the floss is all Gentle Arts. So for the homework I did 200 stitches, and I did the A and the G, and that turned out to be 200 stitches. So then I decided not to stop working on it. I just kept on going with the letters. So that's very exciting, and it's a lot of fun. Lots and lots of fun. So I will be bringing that back out. So yay for that one. Okay, and then I did another one, and this is my FO. I finished the Prairie Schooler Trick or Treat, book number 188. And I have stitched everything out of this booklet, so that's so much fun. This is on a 36 count Winter Moon by Zweigert, and I did change some things up. I changed up some of the colors, obviously. The orange down here is actually a JP Coates, not a DMC. I took the stars out, and I took the wording Trick or Treat out of the bottom with the spiders, and I did a green-faced witch. So that's what I did on that. I didn't iron it, sorry. But I will iron it obviously before I frame it. But that is where that's at. I am so happy to have this done. So another finish. Yay for finishes. So I'll put that back over here. Oops, come on. There we go. And I'll have to put that away later. So that's exciting. That's all exciting. So I also, the last stitch for homework I did was Mummy's Moonlight Cafe. And this is on 28 count Haunted by Picture This Plus, and the design is by Praiseworthy Stitches. So that's what that looks like. And I did 200 stitches. I did 215, but you can only get counted for the 200. So I did behind the cat, and I did down here, and I filled in all of that. So, and I did the pumpkin down here. So that's exciting. Very happy with where I got to on this one. Okay. Okay. And then I decided to start another new project. So I picked up the Barbara Anna Designs, the branch. And I am using the called for color. But I am doing it on 32 count Vintage Country Mocha Belfast by Witchell. And I didn't get a whole bunch of it done, but I got a good start. So, I will show you that. So, yeah. I'm very happy with where I got to on this one. I am using the called for DMC. She gives you DMC and anchor, so I'm using the DMC colors for that. And today when I was out, I had to pick up number 317 because I had very little 317, and I have a feeling that 317 is probably used a lot in this project, so I wanted to make sure I had enough. So out of all of the floss that I have tons of floss over there. I had no 317, or very little. And the last stitching project that I did this week was Fright Night, charted by Deco Rouge. And this is on a 25 count easy guide. So that's what that's going to look like. And I didn't get a whole bunch done on it, but I got quite a bit. And I worked on this late Saturday night, so that's why there's not as much. So Sunday, when it was time for Up on the Rooftop, I did my daily stitch on the Stitchonomy, and I watched football, and I just could not get into working on that at all. I mean, I even got it and put it on the frame and looked at it and went, I don't want to do this. And so I put it away, and yeah, hopefully it'll come out at some point. But I'm not holding my breath on that one, because I think I'm a little bit burnt out. Just a little bit. Just a little bit. So, homework for this week. Homework for this week is we have to do apparitions. So I guess it's all in memory. So the first memory we saw was of Tom's uncle using a jinx, and purple shot out at the top of his wand. So you have to do 200 stitches in purple. So that will be the Quaker Halloween that I just started last week. Or the week before. Yeah, the first week of October. The second one is trophies. So I might do another 200 stitches on that Halloween sampler. I'm not sure, but because it's trophies of something that you think you would get a trophy if you decided to do so. So I think that that one is pretty enough. It could win a contest. So the third that you have to do is a house. So I could do Mummy's Moonlight Cafe. I think there might be in some of the other ones a house, but I probably will pull Mummy's Moonlight Cafe and do 200. And then you have to do food. So it has to have something to do with the food. And you have to, the food item that you would give as a gift, and explain your gift in a sentence. So Mummy's Moonlight Cafe again could work for that because there's pumpkins in that. So maybe that's what I will do. And then there's a house elf that you meet Tom meets a house elf, and you have to do something that contains something that you collect. I have no idea. I'll really have to look around, but I'm not sure about that one. And that one is also 200. And then 6, you have to say something that you felt is cursed. And I think right now what's cursed for me is the Halloween at Hawkman Hollow, because it is taking so long. It's so long, and it's a lot bigger than what I expected it to be. I could even do, if I was doing it, I could do the ABCs, but I'm not going to. And then the last one is something that you don't want to end, and that brings you joy. I will have to think about that. I will have to think about that one, because I'm not sure right now. I mean, they all bring me joy, but I do all want them to be done. So that one's kind of a double-edged sword, I think. But then if you want, you get a bonus point if you go back to the collection and actually take a picture of your collection. So I really don't know. Because I really don't collect. I have some things I collect, but not really. So I'll have to think about what I'm going to do on that one. So that is homework for this week. So shall we talk about sewing? Or should I show you my FFO? I forgot to show you my FFO. Do you want to see it? Do you? I think so. I got back my Lady of the Flag that I stitched 32 count preamble. So this will be the last time you see her. There she is in all her glory. I went and had this done at Michael's, and they actually got it done 2 days before they said they would, so that's exciting. I didn't get the fancy glass, I just got regular glass, but on the frame it has got like a copper line here, so I am so happy with how she turned out. And she will be going on the wall somewhere in the house. I'm not sure where, but somewhere. Take the glare of the window out. There we go. But there she is in all her glory. Yay! All done. So, let's do knitting. What did I knit? So I started a new blanket because baby number 2 is on its way. So exciting. We found out through a DNA test that it's going to be a little boy. So little man will have a little brother to play with. How exciting is that? So I pulled out the Mary Ann's Lazy Daisy Days. And this is called the Wave of Life Light Baby Blanket. And it's just feather and fan. And it's free on Ravelry. So this is where I am at. I worked on this for 2 weeks. I didn't show you guys last week because I didn't know what the baby was going to be. And if it's going to be a girl, then I'd have to stop working on this and work on a girl color. But it's not. He's a little boy. So that's where I'm at. And I'm just using Lion Brand's mandala in the Spirit colorway. So it's a dark blue, then it goes to a light blue and a medium blue, and then back to gray. So that's where that is at. And I have 2 skeins of this one, so I can make a pretty big blanket if I have to. So that's exciting. And then I worked a little bit on the 400 meter, just a little bit. And this is out of my hand spun. And this is by Stitch Nerd on a Ravelry. So happy with that. And then this weekend was the Fiber Festival here in town, and I bought yarn for the new Stephen West Mystery Knit Along. It's called Starflake. I bought this orange and this really pretty multicolored browns copper color from a lady who dyes out of Wasilla, because I had that pattern in mind, and I came home, wound up the yarn, looked at the pattern and bought the pattern, looked at it and went, oh, you need 2 of each, not just 2 singles. So that went out of the way, and I found this was in my stash, and it is from Bad Sheep Company here in Fairbanks. So these 2 will be 1 color, and they're close enough that I think it should work in this shawl, I'm hoping. And then the second color, I had 3 skeins of this color Speckles from Knit Picks. And so it's got an array of different speckles in there. So that is my main color. The oranges are my secondary color. And this is what I knit on Sunday. So I need to do 6 of these triangle or diamonds. And that's clue 1, and then clue 2 and 3 are already out, so I really need to play catch up. But that's okay. They come out every Friday, and this didn't take very long to do, just a couple hours. So I'm really happy with how that's turning out, and I think it will be great. And my idea is for every clue I'll switch the oranges. So clue 2 will be this orange, clue 3 will be this orange, and then the final clue will be this orange. So I think splitting them up like that too will help a lot with the different colors. Sorry, I need a drink. And I did work on the socks a little bit, but still not enough to show, so I'm not going to worry about it. I'm still working on the heel. I'm still working on the heel, so that's going to take a while. Sewing. Okay, so the sewing did not go as planned. I decided to try to make one of those project pals that I showed you 2 weeks ago. So my first attempt, I only did the inside, which is the bobbin holder, because I got really discouraged because the vinyl on the very last one decided to go really sideways on me. So it's up, way up here, and on this one it's way down here. So this is almost not even worth, the bottom row isn't worth using because of how wonky it went on me. But I kept it because I can still use it. There's still 5 rows that I can put floss bobbins in, and it'll be perfect for whatever kind of a project I want to throw in here. So I gave it a couple of days, and I decided, okay, I'm going to try this again. I'm going to go really slow, step by step, really watch what I was doing. And this one turned out much better, but it's still not perfect. So I will leave project pals to the professionals and say more power to ya if you can do it, because I couldn't. So here it is. I'm very happy. So here is the front panel with you can put pattern and your project, whatever you need to do in that. Then you open it up, and here is the bobbin holders. So this one went a little bit sideways on me on the bottom one, but not as bad, so I'm not overly upset about that. And then we have the last page, and it has a small pocket here and then a larger pocket here. And then I decided to split the bottom one into two, so there's two pockets about the same size. So I learned a lot making these. I learned that trying to do the binding, it really that's kind of hard, but it worked, and I'm not so sad about it. I mean, it's not perfect, but it looks pretty good. I did really well making sure that it's almost in the center. I mean, there's just a little bit off, but yeah. Other than, you know, the bobbin page, I'm pretty happy. So here are my two sewing projects, and I think that they will work out well for me. I just don't know which patterns I'm going to use with them yet. Because, yeah, I really need to figure that out too, right? So this looks like the end of the video podcast. I talked about everything I was going to talk to you about. Sassy Jacks. I've tried to contact them again 2 times. Have not heard back from them yet. I ordered the 2 patterns on the 7th of September. I may give them until the 7th of November, and if it's not here, then I will call them and cancel. I understand the problems that they had. I can understand not answering 1 email, but 2 emails, I don't know. I'm not going to say anything more because this is the first time I've ever used them. So I don't want to throw it out there, negative comments or anything, but yeah. You should talk to your people. But other than that, I think that's all I have. Yeah, so I hope that you guys have a great week, and whatever you craft it to your heart's content. I'll see you next time.